can't talk today. I don't know why it's like words are not forming. You know who you are.
Hello, garbage.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I was cringing at myself.
Hey guys, so welcome back. We're now doing our third video in our series. We attempted this yesterday.
And fittings for his tanks, because we actually found out he did another tank on the way into Birdsville. I don't think we mentioned that last
That
time.
we could while people waited in the petrol line. In the fuel line.
Yes.
On a plate.
Yeah, on a disposable plate in midair trying to cut a steak.
This is a shocking episode. We're not doing very well at all.
Rubbish, round two.
Yeah. It will probably still be rubbish, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, this is our third video in the series. Just to recap our previous bit, we picked up the van less than 24 hours, about 24 hours later. We had packed, hit the road, and we're leaving for 8 weeks. We did a trip through to Broken Hill, did some van repairs in Broken Hill. Then we have made it now to Birdsville. So we pulled in Birdsville late at night, and this is our bit from there. So after we got to Birdsville, we had a day just to hang around. There was a few repairs. We did some washing, copious amounts of washing.
We have argued about how many. Dave thinks it's like 20, which is, of course, an exaggeration. It was more like 15.
Brie wouldn't know how many loads because she wasn't around all day.
I wasn't. You're right.
Because I got to do all of the washing and she got to go and take the kids into town. Oh. So anyway, Birdsville. Yeah. We're in Birdsville, so I'm hanging around the van. I'm doing some repairs on my van, Marty's van.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some stuff on Dad's van, and
so yeah, we just walked into town, and obviously it's all set up for bash. So yeah, it just meant that there was heaps actually to look at, even though it's such a small town. So they had some food carts and coffee vans and stuff set up with merch for the event. There was where you got your tickets from, which was right outside the information centre. So we got our tickets. We also went into the information centre and got a stamp from our passport that we talked about last time.
Checked out the big, the fuel roadhouse.
Yeah.
There was big lines for fuel. There always is every year, but the organisers sort of organised that really well. Big queue, and they just push people in.
Yeah, so good.
Get them filled, get them paid, get them out. And then we also sent, well, Brian and the kids went into the pub and they bought tickets for dinner.
So we organised how many meals we were going to get for dinner, because you can organise the night before bash. They do like a dinner for like
the pub
hundreds.
does dinners that week, but they are, you turn up for your allocated time slot.
Yeah.
Put your ticket in, get your meal. It was still a nice meal. It was hard with the kids. Beer garden was wet. So,
and I expected it to be, even though, like, I mean, I don't know why I expected this, but I thought that it would be still that you got a table at your seated time, but it was more just that you got your meal. So it meant, like, you're standing to eat your food, which was fine. But yeah, it just meant it was a bit tricky when you're trying to feed your kids. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone has kids, so it's not everyone's
food
problem.
was really good though. And then some people went for a bit of a walk afterwards. We went back home with the kids. Other people went and checked out. There's a big geothermal spring. Powers the geothermal power
that
station.
looked really cool.
And then we're all sort of just getting geared up, ready. Big music festival was starting. We were going in the next day. So some people got to go in the day before we went in. You pay for how many days you want to go in early or stay late or whatever. We only went in one day before the event started. Others, I had some friends of ours had gone in.
Yeah, I forgot.
They'd gone in a couple of days earlier and stuff. So we were just gearing up for that. We got up the next morning.
And so, but we just had to make sure we were prepared. We'd emptied our cassettes.
Yeah.
We weren't going to have any more overflow issues.
Empty the poos, empty the grey water. We filled up with normal water. Yep. I got some fuel in the car as well. And then we drove in.
Yeah, it's about half an hour from Birdsville still. So
and a fair chunk of it's tarred. So it's the type of event that if you've got, and people were out there in little hatchbacks and stuff like that. You don't have to have a full drive. You don't need a caravan. You can stay at the pub. They run shuttle buses out each day. So we're driving to Bash, really well organised again. They we told them it was a big group of us, X many cars, caravans, tents, the whole bit. They pushed us all down the same way, and then they gave us a really big site. We managed to set up really well. We got to sort of set up all the way around a perimeter, and we had a walking road beside us. But yeah, we got in there, we got set up. It was extra windy and extra dusty. Some people, as soon as we got there, were straight out of their cars and straight down to the merch tent.
Yeah, before we'd even found out how we were setting up, it was it was just literally like they got to the big red dune and they were like, out.
So we did, some people did that. We sort of hung around, we set up, and then, we got in contact with the other people that we knew that were there that went the day before, and we bumped into some friends of ours from Sydney, live around the corner from us.
And then the next day was when the event officially started. So that's when, we went in, and you could do camel riding, you can do helicopter rides. That's when people were booking their helicopter rides if they did that. You can book to do the Nutbush event that they do on like day 2 or something.
They do. There's heaps of really cool events. There's things to do during the day. There's an air guitar competition. There's drag race, which is not a car drag race. That's you dress up in drag and have a running race across the dune, and that's they're all fundraisers or associated to fundraising for. I think most of them are the Royal Flying Doctor or similar, Cancer Research, Cancer Council, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they set a new record again for
the most people doing the Nutbush
in one place. It was really cool.
Which they seem to, every time they host the event, they get more people in and re-break it.
You just don't think, it's crazy. It's really cool.
And then, some of the bands started playing. So the event, it's 3 days of music. The people headlining the year we were there, we had Jimmy Barnes was there.
Missy Higgins.
Yeah, Kate Sobrano.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, John Stevens.
And so that was really cool. So pretty much the way the event runs over the 3 days is music starts, I can't remember, sometime in the afternoon. It's all set up in a big semicircle. Hopefully Bree can find some images that'll show it. But you sort of end up with the stage. There's a bit of a mosh pitty area, and then there's a big area, and people come and drag and lug down all your chairs and your eskies of beer. And
children.
Put chairs and kids into the basket so they can walk down and but we really enjoyed it. We did a few things over that, so we hiked up to the top of Big Red with the
really
kids.
Cool.
That was really awesome.
Dave was the hero of that day because I was struggling to hold George while he had Thomas on his back, so he ended up carrying both of them up the dune.
Not all the way, but a little bit. And we had some friends. They bought bodyboards and stuff, so they're all bashing down the side of the sand dune.
It looked like fun.
Lots of,
and then we looked on the other side. That's the Simpson Desert, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So Big Red's, it's a graded road all the way to Big Red almost, but Big Red's sort of one of the, I think it's the largest sand dune or the first major sand dune on the eastern side of the Simpson Desert. And if you do some of the Simpson Desert crossings like the French line and that, I think you're pretty much heading almost directly west, might be a bit southwest. Most of them spit out over near Dalhousie Springs, which is on the western side of the desert. So, we were there. We had a look, and then the event for us was enjoy the music as much as we could when we were down the front, and then come back up to where we had our big campsite. And play games with the kids. And
we did have one night where we were like, okay, Jimmy Barnes, Missy Higgins, all the big ones are playing tonight. Let's go down and try and stick it out as long as we can. And I think we made it just to when Jimmy Barnes started, which was the last performer of the night. And our kids, being
the age they were like, that's it, it's bedtime now. So
Tommy wasn't too bad because, being 6 months old, he kind of just went with the flow.
Put him asleep.
George was like, I'm done.
Yeah. So, we came back up for that. But we sort
you
of
can still hear it.
Had a big fire, some beers, listened to the music still. That was really good. While we were there, it was my mum's birthday, so we did a birthday cake and everything, birthday party right in the middle of the desert there.
That was nice.
I did a few other bits. Like my dad, yeah, is a technology guru, so we set up. He had a Selfie mobile phone repeater, which we set up in the middle of the desert.
Then
Other people were
just hanging around
the back of the van all night long, going, "Oh, I get reception here."
So funny.
And that was
Bash.
That was Bash. Some of our groups, well, I think we're 21, 22 people. I don't know. Bree will probably put a number up there of exactly how many people there were in our party, but some of them had to race back to Sydney or back home for work.
I think your sister only had like a week and a half off work.
Yeah.
And so she fanged it up from Sydney.
Yeah.
And then had to back.
Hightail it home. So they actually packed up on the last day before the music started and parked in the day parking to watch the final show, and then they were heading home.
We decided we were only just going to make it just out of Birdsville, just to, again, try and avoid all the people.
We'd had 4 days of crowd, so we were like, let's go.
Done.
So we left towards the later in the day. I think we were probably after lunch.
Yeah, I think so.
And there was a little bit of a queue to get out of Bash, but it wasn't that bad. So we went into Birdsville.
Got some water, I think.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, water.
Splash of water in Birdsville.
Dump.
Went to the dump point. Went to the tip.
Yep.
And then we hightailed it north to Carcory.
I will spell it Carcory, and you can choose.
We'll just
what
say it 10
pronunciation
times and Bree can choose the right one. Carcory.
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 It's not Carcory.
Carcory. Anyway, so went to Carcory Ruins.
Yeah.
And there's a big bore there.
Yeah.
On the other side, once again, it's a hot bore. So the bore at Birdsville comes out of the ground at
98 degrees or something.
98 degrees.
98 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, not Fahrenheit. Sorry, Americans. And so we walked over to the bore and to have a look, and I actually slipped in the water and burnt my leg.
Yeah, it was
comes
bad.
Out of water that comes out that hot.
We all laughed at him, of course, but it was really bad.
Wasn't my finest moment. No. Had to try and I think I actually slipped in trying to stop the kids trying to go for a swim.
Oh, of course, the hero.
Yeah, thanks. So anyway, we went there and had a look. It was really, really nice. It would have been nice to be able to go for a swim further down the water, but it was late in the arvo and whatnot. And so we had a look around there. We had a look around the ruins. Slew the drone a little bit, and then. It was pretty much just the 5 of us. I think 2 or 3 other caravans of people we knew from Sydney ended up there as well. Across this whole site. So we were at one end, they were way at the other.
So it was nice and peaceful night.
Yeah. We just had a nice quiet dinner.
Yeah, watch the sunset.
Watch the sunset.
I think a lot of people tried to take star shots because, the Outback sky is just...
So crystal clear, no
it's
pollution.
Amazing.
And that was just a nice, peaceful night. Then we got up the next morning and headed into Boulia.
Yes, so, Boulia was the end destination. We were heading through to
Bedourie. We've heard it pronounced both and told multiple times that it's...
Bedourie.
Yeah.
So, I guess, again... Someone will correct us, I'm sure.
Yeah. We've been told that they're all correct and they're all wrong. So.
Yes. So.
But we pulled up at Bedourie. The races were on there. So stacks of people were sort of camping in town or camping out at the races and being around the pub, catching the shuttle bus. We pulled in, parked up, decided to go get a cup of coffee. I think the publican by then was a bit over making coffees, and when we pulled up and we're like, I want to get like 10 coffees or something. He wasn't the happiest.
No,
but anyway.
I went over to the info centre and got the flowers and the books because there's heaps of little pretty flowers that Lynn and I like to look at, and so that was good
Yeah,
to be
we've
able to
got a
identify
stamp in the
them.
boys'
Yeah.
passport books again, and then the kids were, midday nap time, middle of the day nap time for
Oh,
George
that was a good
anyway.
playground too.
Yeah, it was playground, so the kids
Yeah.
had to play, that's right.
Yeah.
Kids had to play, and then
Yeah.
it was nap time for George. So we hopped in the car and headed north. A few of the others stayed back. They went for a swim. There's a public pool there.
Yeah, it's an artesian pool, I think. So it's
It's
heated.
warm because the water
Yeah.
comes from artesian, but it's
And
proper
then-
swimming pool.
Yeah, I think some people also went to a mud hut that's there that's got a pretty cool history about it, which was cool.
And then we hightailed up to Boulia, and Boulia was awesome. We pulled up there. We got fuel. I got this. There's an app called the IOR Fuel app, so I could pre-authorise. I didn't have to wait in any of the queues as the servo was packed there.
Yeah.
I just pulled up to the IOR pump, pre-authorised, filled up.
There was
Then-
a few of those on our travels as well, so
Yeah.
it was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
And then we pulled into the caravan park.
Yeah, it was
And
a really lovely caravan park.
So yeah, we got a spot up the back. We did a bit of washing
Oh, we went into town.
again, and then we walked into town.
Yeah, so is that a river? What's there?
Yeah, pretty sure it's river.
You walk across, there was heaps of water birds, which I was really
Cross the bridge.
excited about.
Cross the bridge into town. IGA. Get an ice cream because George was hankering for an ice
George was.
cream.
It's not even him, it's me.
Yeah, got an ice cream. Got some grocery bits, some just little bits and pieces. We
Looked at the little gift shop out the front.
some locals had a little gift shop going. We walked over to the info centre there. Another stamp in the boys' book.
Yep.
A couple of stickers. I got stickers almost everywhere. The boys got
I
stamps.
forgot about that. We can, on the
Hopefully,
side
Bree
of
put some photos on. And then we got Kasey beer at the pub, and then back to the camp spot and have a
Last night
hangout.
with the crew.
So yeah, that was our last night with the platoon, our comrades. That was good, relaxing night. If you ever get a chance to do the bash, some people are worried about its remoteness.
It's not that remote. Like,
Some people are really worried about how remote it is, what the roads are like. If it hasn't flooded lately, which currently when we're filming this, which is in
2024.
Jan 2024, you may as well kayak your way to Big Red at the moment, I think. But
It's not like... Dave talks too long.
no, don't talk too long. I'm trying to explain that, even though it seems like it's a super remote area and the event's really remote, I would encourage anyone and everyone, if it is your sort of thing to go and music festivals and you like being outdoors, get amongst it. You don't need a four-wheel drive or a lifted car to get out there. Get amongst it. If you can't get in there, there's every chance that they can't get in there.
Yeah.
Or they can't get the people performing in there. So get amongst it. We really enjoyed it. Would recommend everyone, if it's your type of thing, definitely go and do it. Get out there. Get
Yes.
amongst it.
Okay, bye.
Don't fart.
Don't fart.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut that out. Can you say that again? I'm a little bit precious at the best of times, so I didn't like the dust so much. I was a little bit like, it's windy. I don't like it.
Yeah, but I don't know what to say. Sorry.